are live. We are live. We are live. Welcome to College Footballs. Peek around the corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do us well, please subscribe to our channel. Smash the like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and your friends. If you want to help this show through a donation, hit the $sign where you make a comment. And I will get you a super chat as quick as I possibly can. All of you, every single one of you, even the ones who took shots at me in the chat room last night as I showed my brilliance and took Arizona State -2. Even you are welcome into the studio that sits on the corner of Keith Jackson Parkway and Kurt Gowdy Avenue. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid to become a legend in the chat room with your comments and with your phone calls later in the show. This is going to be a double watch party. Kind of. We're mixing it all together tonight. The first hour of our show, we're going to be keeping an eye on UNLV, Kansas. We'll be talking about it. But the first hour of our program tonight, and I apologize to Running Rebels and Rock Chalk Jayhawk fans, I did not advertise this as a double watch party. I advertised this as Kansas State. Tonight I did, but yesterday and throughout the week, I said we were going to be doing Arizona, Kansas State. I knew that I needed to come on early to talk about something else. So I decided if I'm talking about something else, we can also keep an eye on the UNLV Kansas game. So it's a double watch party. And my monitor that I have for Arizona and Kansas State, when that starts in an hour, that's going to be pretty much maybe a few seconds behind you. The Kansas UNLV game, what I'm going to be seeing is going to be a good 30 seconds behind you. So I'm going to be reacting to the football game, and you're going to be like, what? That happened 30 seconds ago. It always happens. No big deal. Put down your comments in the chat room in real time, regardless if I'm 2 seconds behind you or 30 seconds behind you. I want to thank everybody who's come on in. And we're not going to do a roll call. We are not going to be doing a roll call. So I want to, everybody, thank you so much. I'm very humbled that you would take your valuable time and join me this Friday night, having fun, watching college football. However, the first hour, got to be talking about something else. And I am going to be able to paint you a clear picture. I cannot go all the way. There is no way. Now, but I can tell you, I have a little bit more freedom in this than I usually do because this is coming from a couple, you can call them sources. This is not coming directly from the chatter behind the curtain. I have a little bit more freedom up until a certain point. But you're going to get enough information to where I think you're going to be able to connect the dots. Just have a clear picture. Look, last night, I looked into the camera and I said, starting now, Thursday, September 12th, this was last night, no longer is North Carolina a lean to the SEC. Not a lean to the SEC, not a lean to the Big Ten. It's completely up for grabs. They are basically the number one target, if you take out Notre Dame, the number one target for both the SEC and the Big Ten. Now, that isn't news. But I have been relating to you a narrative, and it's been true, except that North Carolina has been a lean to the SEC all this time. We have evidence. We believe, else I would not be doing this, that it is completely both the SEC and the Big Ten cannot have first-party talks, but both know that they want North Carolina, and North Carolina knows that both of them want North Carolina. And what are they willing to do to get North Carolina? My only goal is to be as accurate as possible in giving you the peek around the corner. Sometimes it does not look pretty. Kansas is kicking off to UNLV. We're going to be keeping an eye on that game. You remember back in June 15th when we said, look, Petiti and Sankey has walked out of the Holy Smokes Theater primetime show, walked out. They'd rather wait. They don't. And remember when I said, Florida State and Clemson are not the number one targets for the Big Ten or the SEC. It was very difficult for me to say that because Florida State and Clemson are huge brands, big fan bases, valuable schools. And at some point they're going to get to where they need to be to challenge, to be at the highest level of college athletics. I think it might be a little bit of a crooked road, but whatever. It was very difficult for me to say that, but, when we opened up this college football YouTube channel, it was going to be completely honest, letting you guys know, and I think our track record speaks for itself. After we relayed that information to you, and I got a whole bunch of people upset at me, I got a whole bunch of college football YouTube channels upset with me. I got raked over the coals on message boards. Then it comes out that all these reporters, and they came out and they said, North Carolina is the goal for the SEC. Florida State, not right now, is not really the goal for the Big Ten. And then they started getting the heat, and I could breathe. Well, again, I'm doing a little bit, and we're going to be transparent here. I'm doing a little bit of a flip again. I am, and I'm being honest with you. I've had it for very good reasons. Very good reasons, and there are things that I have not even been able to express to you. Why we've had North Carolina lean to the SEC. But let me tell you, all that time I said the Big Ten ain't going to give up. The doors are not going to be closed. Just like I said, Florida State to the SEC. That door is not going to close until the very end. And they're probably going to be open. So the Big Ten is not, the Big Ten is going to go after North Carolina. So why is it no more lean to the SEC? Again, for those expecting to watch a double watch party, we are going to get to it. I do apologize. We got UNLV and Kansas playing. We're keeping an eye on it. I'm not even sure. Kansas has got the ball at their 19-yard line. So, Lee Roberts. Let's start there. Lee Roberts. The old guard at UNC Chapel Hill, and we expressed this before Mike Gustowicz even left office. We gave you the peek around the corner that there was a rock fight going on at UNC Chapel Hill. Mike Gustowicz, if the ACC would have imploded under Mike Gustowicz, it would have been a heavy lean to the Big Ten. If there was an ACC implosion before Mike Gustowicz, it would have been North Carolina heavy lean to the Big Ten. Jim Delaney, you know all this. I don't have to go down that rabbit hole. But the old guard, Mike Gustowicz, he left. He is now with the president of Michigan State. Inside of UNC Chapel Hill in the Board of Regents, it's a little bit, and I don't want to give out names here. And when I talk about Lee Roberts, I'm going to do the old allegedly. But there is a certain belief, this is BTM and Associates, a certain belief that there is an edge, there is a feeling, there is this SEC lean. If something should happen, if Florida State and Clemson win a court case, if things unravel, whatever, if things go pear-shaped for the ACC and Jim Phillips, North Carolina Board of Regents, slight lean to the SEC. We know about the North Carolina Board of Governors, the 24-member, Peter Hans. We know about they have all the power. Litigation, initiation in the courts. They have the power of deciding basically the conference affiliation of the University of North Carolina Chapel Hill. The process is as little as we know it. If it comes down to it, when it comes down to it, when the ACC implodes, the question is how, more importantly than when, how it implodes. The North Carolina Chapel Hill are going to have first party talks with both SEC and the Big Ten. No question about it. They're going to bring a Big Ten and the SEC are going to bring whatever they got to the table to get North Carolina. It's going to be a lot. And then UNC Board of Regents is going to go to the Board of Governors and say, this would be the financial plan if we went to the Big Ten. This would be the financial plan if we go to the SEC. And then the Board of Governors supposedly are going to look at it and try to figure out what is not only best for the UNC Board of Regents, but all the other 16 public universities in the state of North Carolina. This is what we believe, and it's probably true. Sort of, right? The process. Lee Roberts. Lee Roberts became the interim chancellor. Now he's the permanent chancellor. He was assigned the interim and basically assigned the permanent chancellor by Peter Hans, the president of North Carolina Board of Governors. The new guard. But this new guard, Lee Roberts, may not allegedly lean to the SEC. Lee Roberts, as we have been told, big play by Kansas, down to the UNLV's 19-yard line. Again, I'm going to be about 30 seconds behind you in that game. Bubba Cunningham, the athletic director of UNC North Carolina, part of the old guard, has been there many years. Close relationship with Delaney, Jim Delaney, former Big Ten commissioner. Allegedly, it's perceived by I'm not going to say by who, that Lee Roberts and Bubba Cunningham see eye to eye. Now, it's interesting because so I'm being told this, and so we're poking and prodding. And remember when Bubba Cunningham came under fire from the UNC Board of Regents? Lee Roberts came to his aid, protection, defended Bubba Cunningham personally, professionally. So that seems to be real. And, you know, when Lee Roberts was first assigned the interim chancellor at North Carolina, I had very intelligent people, like Justin Lucas, say, you know, Lee Roberts, he's a Duke guy. And I brushed it off because I'm an idiot. And the more we learn here at College Football's Peek Around the Corner, the more we understand that Lee Roberts is really not leaning SEC. We're not going to say he's leaning Big Ten. Now, the next comment is, it doesn't matter, Greg, because UNC Board of Regents doesn't have the power. Oh, and Greg, there are people out there who are saying that the Big Ten doesn't have any interest in North Carolina because they don't have interest in playing the North Carolina political game. You know, dealing with the Board of Governors. Well, we have certain evidence there are rumors that Lee Roberts visited Minnesota for that Thursday night game. But anyways, well, there are rumors that the SEC and the Big Ten are both willing to play the political game. Of all the reasons why the SEC and the Big Ten shrug their shoulders and say, expansion at this time, we got governance issues, college football playoff, we don't know, the House versus NCAA, we don't know how our, viewership's going to be. The Big Ten, this is really their first year with a fully juiced up schedule to hopefully satisfy from their perspective, NBC, CBS, and Fox. And this is the first year of the SEC having their Tier 1 top game of the week, ABC. They want to see how it goes. They want to see how the playoffs go. So there's a whole bunch of reasons why Tony Petitti and Greg Sankey left the Holy Smokes Theater on June 15th. I'm sure they left it before then, but that is when we were able to report to you. But the biggest reason probably is North Carolina. Because that is the number one target outside of the Notre Dame world. That's the top target. Now the next question you might ask is, what possibly could be your evidence that the Big Ten is willing to play the political game with the Board of Governors to try to get North Carolina? What, Greg, could possibly be your evidence that the SEC is going to go all out, play the political game to get North Carolina, to play the political game in North Carolina Board of Governors? Let me just Kansas 7, UNLV 0. We are multitasking. Lee Roberts just wanted to go to the Minnesota State Fair. Preston from Greensboro. Let me show you an article that was, I think it was put out yesterday. And it really has gone, I'm going to go through the article as fast as I can. But there's one part of the article in which I said, whoa, that part of the article, this is what's being told from us here and there and here and there. And it's really the first time that I've seen it in a national college football reporter's article. The very first time. And it's matching what we're being told here, I would say, since middle of August. And I haven't seen anybody talk about it. Nobody has called me on it. Nobody has said, Greg, did you see it? Nobody has said a word on it. I haven't seen anybody talk about it on message boards, although I only visit 247 message boards. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody talk about it on Twitter, on YouTube channels. Let's get to it. One part of an article, and I want you to pay close attention. It's at the very end of the article. I am going to get to the Florida State stuff and everything else. Bear with me. And again, I apologize. This is a double watch party. And I know you are, a lot of you just want to talk football, the football games like we do with watch parties, like we did last night. We had great fun. We're going to have great fun tonight. Just give me a moment here. We got to get this out. This is Brennan Marks yesterday. Is the ACC vulnerable or just fine for now as conference realignment rolls on? Brennan Marks, The Athletic. Now, stay with me, guys, okay? A lot of this this was written yesterday, and it's a lot of formality stuff, including in Thursday news that the Pac-2 is expanding, adding the 4 schools. Fascinating footnote, Oregon State, Washington State are reportedly keeping their eyes on Stanford and Cal. Of course, they're the number 1 targets, but they're not going to be able to get them. Not now, probably not later. That's the sort of conjecture the ACC has to expect and endure when 2 of its league's members, Florida State and Clemson, are actively suing to get out of the conference. The ACC is mired in 4 lawsuits in 3 separate states regarding those 2 football powers, both of which are seeking an early and cheaper exit from the league's grant of rights, which extend to 2036. Nothing new. Short of an uncovering some legal Hail Mary. One, neither school has seemingly discovered, well, they would argue they have. And we're going to talk a little bit about the summary judgment that Florida State has filed here in a little bit. According to legal actions to date, any unraveling of the league likely won't be that easy or fast. Instead, it's likely, even as conference realignment rolls on, that the ACC has protections that will keep it intact. Here's where the league actually stands. League sources were granted anonymity in exchange for their candor. ESPN's looking, period. The main vulnerability the ACC has to deal with this February 2025 look-in period with ESPN regarding the league's television contract. In Florida State's initial 2023 filing against the ACC in Florida, the school revealed that ESPN media rights contract with ACC actually extends to only 2027 rather than 2036. And when Jim Phillips extended the 2021 deadline without approval from 2/3 of the league's membership, so could ESPN pull out of the deal early next year. ACC sources to The Athletic and others, the chatter. The ACC sources maintain the look-in is solely for tweaking the league's media deal in the margins, advocating for, among other things, better TV time slots for marquee ACC games, more visibility for ACC teams on ESPN's main network instead of the ACC network, other ways to maximize revenue within the current ACC ESPN contract. Additionally, both within the league office and member athletic departments, there's no understood rationale for why ESPN would want out of its current deal with ACC. Put it another way, why would ESPN willingly relinquish the ACC's television inventory, especially when it already has locked in at below market value rate for another decade? About that rate. And then the article goes into numbers. We don't have to go through the numbers. But those figures, those numbers don't account for recent realignment move. We don't have to go through that, right? Oklahoma, Texas, the 4 schools, Pac-12 schools going to the Big Ten. Therefore, and here we are, the last 2 screens I want to show you. The last 2 screens I want to show you. Therefore, the only hypothetical reason why ESPN would opt out Therefore, the only hypothetical reason why ESPN would opt out for a shortened ACC deal would be a wink-wink agreement with certain ACC schools that once a shortened deal ended in 2027, they would join the SEC, therefore allowing the SEC and ESPN to negotiate an even more lucrative TV deal. And here is the PATC money shot of the article. However, there are critical sticking points with that idea. Should the ACC grant of rights end in 2027, industry chatter suggests that multiple current ACC members, chief among them North Carolina and Miami, would prefer joining the Big Ten over the SEC. Considering the Big Ten has its media rights deal with Fox, not ESPN, there's really no incentive for ESPN to shorten the current ACC ESPN deal and allow valuable ACC brands to depart for other networks' benefit. Now, industry chatter suggests that multiple current ACC members, chief among them North Carolina and Miami, would prefer joining the Big Ten over the SEC. I am not able to go that far. However, over probably since the middle of August, I have been told numerous times that North Carolina, Lee Roberts allegedly, along with, of course, Bubba Cunningham, they're going to be open to, they would, if they get a good, they're going to get both. They're going to get the best possible bids from the SEC and the Big Ten. And when they go to the Board of Governors, when North Carolina goes to the Board of Governors, it might be that Lee Roberts and Bubba Cunningham say, yeah, we prefer the Big Ten. Now, and here is the other piece to the story tonight. And this is a piece of the story where we have the goods. Like, we have the goods. We have the goods on this. We don't know how this is all going to work out. We don't have a crystal ball, but I can tell you that Mr. Lee Roberts, allegedly, Mr. Lee Roberts, the UNC Chancellor, and Randy Woodson, North Carolina State Chancellor, they are the opposite of adversaries. This is not, I'm going to throw up the word allegedly, a UNLV Nevada situation. This is not a UCLA, California, Berkeley situation. This is where I'm going to just push it, and then I got to fall back. I mean, think about the possible cloak and dagger motivations why Mr. Randy Woodson would vote to expand the ACC with the additions of California and Stanford. And that's as far as I can go with that. There is when the ACC implodes, there is high motivation for the SEC and the Big Ten to target North Carolina and to go after North Carolina. And we know that they both are going to go after them. And as of yesterday, last night, there is no lean. Even with the Board of Governors, even with most of the Board of Governors, with North Carolina State interest at heart, they have to take the interest of North Carolina State into consideration. Even with that, we cannot say here at Peek Around the Corner, if you want to say that we're hedging, go ahead. But my main concern is being as accurate as possible. There is no lean. There is straight up negotiations. Now, there's been recent reports about Woodson and Roberts being at the North Carolina Board of Governors. That is when it comes to the time, I really want to be able to see the agenda items of a North Carolina Board of Governors. Not now, but down the road. Lee Roberts and Woodson are not adversaries. Roberts and Bubba Cunningham, let me get to a couple other stories. 7-3 Kansas. And we're going to get to Arizona, Kansas State, the marquee game. Avery Johnson, Noah Fafita. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Let me get to Matt Baker. This was the agenda of when the ACC presidents met for hours. Okay, from 8:30 to 10 in the morning. This was Wednesday, September 11th. Membership disputes legal update. Commissioner Jim Phillips per Hulk, 8:30 to 10 a.m. This agenda item will include presidents and chancellors only. Then there's a break at 10 to 10:15. And then the rest of the items are the rest of the items. So again, the ACC presidents are meeting continuously. I don't know if there's any significance to the Wednesday, September 11th meeting. But there it is. Matt Baker was able to get us the agenda, and I'm showing it to you on the screen. Let me put 3 points up for UNLV. And another news item today. As Matt Baker reported, Tampa Bay Times, Florida State has asked the Leon County Court for partial summary judgment in the lawsuit against the ACC. And a partial summary judgment on some of the complaints of Florida State, and if they get a summary judgment ruled in their favor, holy smokes, suddenly Florida State's going to be able to get out of the conference. Ross Dellinger, big move in the ongoing litigation between Florida State and the ACC. As the Seminoles are basically asking the judge to rule now in their favor, permitting them to leave the ACC and take ownership of their TV rights with them. This could be a significant story, but we're not going to know for a while. ACC has time to file their own notion or rebuttal, whatever you want to call it. And then there's steps to it. And then, just like we were told at Peek Around the Corner, we were told by a lawyer who called in, when Clemson filed they want a summary judgment. We were told at the time, really, when you're doing this, it's really a long shot. I mean, basically what Florida State is saying is no facts are in question. We just need a ruling about what the law is. In that case, a judge can hand down a ruling on the law. There is no dispute of the facts. But the ACC is going to come in, I think in 20 to 30 days, I don't remember, the ACC is going to say, no, we're disputing the facts of A, B, C, D, and the chances of there being a summary judgment ruling. I'm not a lawyer. You guys know I'm nowhere a lawyer. But again, we were told this in the Clemson, in the Pickens County. This is Leon County. So we'll find out together. If they have a if we can do a live stream and the parties get together and all this, when it comes to the summary judgment motion from Florida State, we will carry it live. But it's kind of it could become a big story, but right now, I think a lot of people anticipated this to happen. Because, after the mediation that just took, the mediation can still go on, by the way. The court ordered mediation. After a whole bunch of this stuff's been going back and forth, I think a lot of people predicted that Florida State would file a motion of summary judgment. They're probably not going to get it, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to get to your phone calls. If you want to call about anything I just said, if you want to do your own poking and prodding. But then we're going to start doing the Arizona Kansas State game. Watch party. We're going to have some fun. Right now it's Kansas, UNLV, Barry Oldham, Leipold. Going to be a fun game. That's going to be a fun game. We're going to have some fun tonight. The evidence that we have that the Big Ten is going to make a heavy political play for North Carolina. They might not be successful. Big Ten, North Carolina could be an SEC program. No question about it. But we have evidence that the Big Ten is lining up. We have it. I think we're going to share it with some people here in the near future if they ask for it. And I know there are people going to eventually watch this program. Just like we had evidence that USC called the Big Ten and they were on their way to the Big Ten. Sometimes something happens and we have the goods. So, do I anticipate another article coming out? Again, we got one article talking about it's the industry chatter that North Carolina would prefer the Big Ten. There's not a whole bunch of people reporting that. There's nobody reporting that. But I understand I think I understand. I've never talked to this gentleman. This Brendan Marks, never talked to him. But I think I understand. I think I understand where the chatter's coming from. And I wouldn't go as far as he is, but maybe he's got a whole bunch of better information than I got. But all I can do is be honest with you all. There is no more lean coming from we are no more saying North Carolina lean to the SEC. We're also not saying that North Carolina is definitely not going to the SEC and going to the Big Ten. No way are we saying that because the SEC wants North Carolina. But they're both going to play the political game. And I will let you try to figure out what that possibly could be. Preston from Greensboro, North Carolina. Why wouldn't UNC take a wink-wink deal with ESPN for an easy out to the SEC? Makes no sense to drag things out in the court for the Big Ten. The Big Ten going to take North Carolina State? I don't know if I necessarily... First of all, thank you for the super chat, Preston from Greensboro. We are opening... The phone lines are open right now. Phone lines are open right now. Thank you for your incredible generosity once again. Kansas has just scored a touchdown. Jalen Daniels, the quarterback. Rock, Chalk, Jayhawk. I don't necessarily agree that ESPN can even do what Brendan Marks is suggesting, first of all.
Call from
Immaculate.
Mr. Hawkeye, can you wait 1 second, please?
All right.
I'm multitasking. I got to change the scoreboard And I got to finish answering this very kind super chat from Preston from Greensboro. I don't even know if ESPN can even do that. Market allocation, and I don't know if that can even really legally happen. Having said that, I think Mr. Preston from Greensboro, I really, 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 really believe that North Carolina is going to want to have first-party talks with both the SEC and the Big Ten, and that is what's best for the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Hopefully that answers some of your question, Preston from Greensboro. Immaculate, the floor is yours. Thanks for calling, my man.
Hey, good to talk to you. This time I'm afraid I'm calling in with a little bit of a rant, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, rant away. Beautiful.
We keep seeing this. Now, first things I'm going to say first to set this up, this isn't like an anti-ACC type of position. It's just the way things look.
Yep.
In court records, FSU made an assertion about that deal. They had it in paperwork. They put it in paperwork. There's no pushback from the ACC on it.
Yeah, they didn't file anything. Yep, you're correct. You are correct.
It is court evidence, which means the judge can use that as part of his determination. If that was not true, I am not going to believe that the ACC would let that just sit there unchallenged. But they did. They left it unchallenged. And then what they've done since then is they've gone out in public via Phillips and presented it in a different way, which they can do. I respect it. Go ahead. You have the right of free speech to do that. I actually don't think what he's saying is lying. What he's doing is he's presenting a portion of the possibilities as the whole situation, which he could then say, we just didn't tell the whole truth. We did not lie. We just did not tell the whole truth. The situation that you showed right there is exactly the same with what you've told us, Greg, about their need. There's like some small margin of change that they could possibly make within it. Yeah. You know, like, I don't know, heard 5% or whatever. That's what that said, and that's part of it. Because if they decide to opt in, they can still do a small portion, right? And so by opting in, you can have this little look in, change a little bit. But what they don't say is that overarching opt-in exists, and they won't even address it. Yet there it is in plain writing in the court documents. So
yes, sir.
My is that how much they go out into public, how much they pass this talking point on to national sports media, and how much this media does not push back. This is not a pushback sports media anymore. They don't dig. They don't, try to really get people the full knowledge. They take what's given because now media is basically content driven. And they just present it as is and say, hey, this is what we were told by a credible source. So, when we see this stuff presented to people, it really misleads a lot of people. And that's why I don't like to argue or debate with folks online who present the other side, because they're just repeating what they're seeing from what, credible sources. So that's my rant, is that what the ACC is choosing to do is they're choosing to fight that whole argument in the court of public opinion rather than in a court of law. They just let it sit there and quietly don't talk about it. So for anyone who looks at that and says, well, this is the case, then I would say, well, why didn't the ACC push back on the assertions of FSU in court? So that's my main rant. In terms of North Carolina, really appreciate what you're bringing to us on this, and I think it makes a lot of sense. If North Carolina was left to choose evenly without any other pressures between the Big Ten and the SEC. I don't think I'm going out, way out on a limb here to say that they'd pick the Big Ten. And it's not just about sports, no matter what some people would say. But when you start to bring...
Yep.
What's that?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. When you start to bring in the political element, that's where college realignment gets murky. That's where just the straight logistical analysis just doesn't work. That's where, as you're saying, as you've said many times, relationships matter. So that's why this thing between North Carolina and North Carolina State really matters. If they're working together, then I actually still find myself leaning SEC unless the point is to get SEC to accept North Carolina State only. Because I think the Big Ten will just sit back and say, no, go ahead, go join the SEC. I mean, they like North Carolina, but do they like North Carolina enough to stay with them? I think no, and I know you probably can't say. People can call in and say their own things. So that's maybe why this is taking so long. Like they're not working against each other; they're working together. So I guess one can respect that. I'd rather see them work together than be adversaries. It's with Iowa State on the field, it's hate, but between the two institutions, I would hope that they do everything to help each other.
Yeah. I know. Look, it sounds kind of. They're definitely not adversaries. I mean, that's what it's kind of, I guess, there's been enough time. Now, I'm just speculating here, but there's been enough time, maybe, everybody knows that the Board of Governors, they have the power. It's a unique situation. UCLA felt that they had to go in the middle of the night, right, and accept the Big Ten. Looks like UNLV got caught up in some politics. Nevada, right?
Yep.
But we're being told now, and maybe it's always been the case, but just recently, and I'm going to say the middle of August. And then really a lot lately, they're like, no, they're working together. Now, what does that mean? I mean, like, are they going to work together in the sense that, I don't know, man, but they're not, I'm hearing a lot of, and I'm going to use the word allegedly. This Lee Roberts is an interesting cat. I'm just gonna say that. Like, he is definitely open for any type of he's not set, like he's in Bubba Cunningham's corner. I have been told things on the like relationships matter, right? Well, this guy he's got relationships, man. He's got them in New York. I don't want to say too much, but he's allegedly. I don't want to get sued. I mean, he's got alleged connections in Washington, D.C., a lot, New York. He's
Duke folks have a lot of connections in New York. I mean, that's big financial school. So.
He would be open, I'm partially speculating here. Now, he doesn't have a whole lot of power, but he's got relationship, and he's working with North Carolina State. He might be trying to, I don't want to go any further, but he's You know, his mother was Cokie Roberts. He might not be all that different than the former chancellor in vision, but he is playing a political game, and he's not having North Carolina State as an adversary. And I don't know where it all go. I just want to paint that picture because it's a different picture than I was envisioning. But I'm just giving everybody a peek. That's the picture that's being told. That's the picture in the chatter. And I think maybe that's why Brennan Marks went further than I would have gone. I don't know about preferring the Big Ten, but there's a definite, our stated position as of right now, there is no lean. There's no lean. It's a jump ball, baby. And I think you made a very good point. North Carolina might be the biggest reason of it all, that everything is kind of held up, not moving anywhere right now, right?
Yeah. Let me throw something at you here.
Yeah.
As much as North Carolina would probably like to be in the Big Ten and not have North Carolina State with them, how much to the opposite of that would North Carolina State love to be in the SEC and not have UNC with them? I mean, it doesn't require you to hate the other school. It just means like we don't want to compete with them as being the North Carolina school in the SEC. But as you've said many times, and as pretty much everyone guessed, the SEC probably prefers UNC. So how do they work this when you've got to deal with the ESPN and SEC to where they could possibly end with a scenario where North Carolina goes where they want to go and North Carolina State goes where they want to go? Because right now, as it seems, it's kind of like there's an impasse. Like the only solution that I see right now that probably gets an approval is both of them going to the SEC. I actually don't think either school really wants that.
Or, and I'm just going to throw this out for speculation purposes only, or North Carolina State might perceive themselves as, trying to become a Big Ten fit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's not just North Carolina State to the SEC's in play. Maybe a North Carolina State to the Big Ten is in play. I know a lot of people would, including myself, would kind of say, but maybe there is, maybe North Carolina State is trying to figure out what needs to, North Carolina State, let's be honest. I don't even know if they have a medical school, but they have been one of these schools that has always been rumored as the next batch to go become AAU. North Carolina State, and I mentioned earlier, Randy Woodson, bend over for Stanford and California to get them into the ACC. Is there going to be some sort of quid quo on that situation? I don't know. I'm just throwing that out as speculation. All I know is North Carolina State are basically working together, and Lee Roberts guy is an interesting person.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Big Ten would ever go for that if they value North Carolina that much.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the first state where they've doubled up, but in realignment times, it would be quite shocking for them to double up.
Yep.
So maybe in the end they're like just get so frustrated with the situation, like, yeah, we just don't have the time anymore. We'll do it. I mean, we're talking about the conference that, they took Rutgers, so they do have the capability to surprise. I mean, we all understand the reasons for that, but there would be reasons for taking North Carolina State in this. One getting North Carolina, one getting this log jam broken. I don't know, maybe. For now, I think they would probably rather have North Carolina, and North Carolina would probably rather have them. And I think North Carolina State probably would not mind at all if they ended up being the SEC school. I mean, this isn't the SEC of old. This is the SEC that has Texas. This is the SEC that has Missouri and Texas A&M. And so it's kind of improved itself. And I think if North Carolina State was the North Carolina school there, I think they probably become something that we've not really thought about North Carolina State as. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. That's pretty much where it is on that. I think,
all right.
The PAC stuff, I continue to say, I know right now people have moved to 9 or 10 schools. I still don't think these schools are going to agree unless they have an equal number of schools to the West. Otherwise, they have a worse logistical situation than the schools in the West.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to be looking at a Texas two-step here, but we'll see. We'll see.
I think I got UTSA, UNT, Tulane, Memphis, USF, and so you got to add one more in there. I put ECU, but people can switch it up. But anyways, I'm gonna let you go, man.
You got it.
Really appreciate the info from you today.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. Arizona's going to start the ball with the ball, Kansas State. Arizona, welcome to Watch Party, PATC Watch Party. Noah Fafita versus Avery Johnson. Big, two exciting quarterbacks. Holy smokes. And I got Kansas State winning the Big 12. But I got Arizona covering the spread. But Kansas State, their defense against Tulane, if they bring that defense tonight, they are in trouble. I don't know what happened last week. They got gashed. So Kansas State, you got to bring it on the defense because Noah Fafita, Quality Conley, holy smokes, T-Mac, the great wide receiver, Arizona runs it out, kickoff return to their own 28-yard line. 28-yard line. Holy smokes. (14-6) Kansas. If you're new to the show, please subscribe. Smash the like button if you like our content. Kansas State fans are going crazy. They're going crazy. This is a Big 12 football game. Yes, Arizona, Big 12. Look, the Wildcats, I keep saying Wildcats. Arizona fans, their expectations are high this year. They think they can challenge for the conference title. And of course, Kansas State fans, sky high expectations. Sky high expectations. What is the spread, you ask? Mr. MBM. The spread is Kansas State minus 7.5. Kansas State minus 7.5. 1st and 10. Fafita shotgun. Back to pass. He's got to throw it away. He's got to throw it away. Got rolled out. Mr. Conley lined up next to Fafita. Pass complete. T-Mac, it's going to be 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. That's the first pass from Fafita to McMillan. Boy, that ball comes out quick, baby. That ball comes out quick. This is a non-conference matchup, correct? Even though they're in the same conference. But there is a lot to do with, still with the playoffs, at large bids. Sheep and Wolf's Clothing, thank you so much. Stormy Cyclone, trying to keep the freezer full. Thank you for the super chat, my man. There he goes. Quality Conley down the sidelines. Down to the 39-yard line. Holy smokes. This cat has been doing it for 3 years. Number 7. He's not a Johnny-come-lately, baby. He's been a top running back for the last 3 years. He is the real deal, Holyfield. 14-6, Stephen Vitt. Kansas is up. Ooh. Kansas State got Purnell. They got penetration in the backfield. They knocked down Conley for a loss. Second and long. Terry Kane, her for the party. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it. Out of the backfield. Fafita dumps it off to Luke. Rayshawn Luke gets a few yards. It's going to be 3rd down, more manageable. 3rd and 6. Luke is going out wide. Fafita's getting rushed. Throws it away. Did he catch that? The big tight end caught it. Is that a first down? Holy smokes. First down, Sam Olsen. No, 4th and inches. 4th and inches. What do you do, guys? What do you do? 4th and inches. (17-6). Thank you. What do you do, guys? Do you go for it? Ryan Brooks says you go for it. Yep, not a conference game. Got it. It's a game against conference mates. How about that? 4th and inches. They're giving it to Quality Conley. And he gets a first down. Arizona. First down, Arizona. First drive of the game, Arizona has taken the clock down 5 minutes. First down and 10 at Kansas State's 26-yard line. Again, Kansas State got some penetration. It's going to be second and long. They stopped Conley again. Kansas State wasn't really doing that against Tulane early on. At halftime, we're going to be taking your phone calls. Post-game, we're going to be taking your phone calls. Kansas 17, UNLV 6. Arizona, first drive of the game. Play action, bubble screen to T-Mac, and nothing happened there. More Kansas State penetration. Third and 12. Got to get some yards here if you're going to go for it on fourth down. Fafita dropping way back. Rolls out. Hits Mac beautifully. They're going one-on-one, Kansas State. First down. First down, Arizona. Yep, they had him one-on-one. One-on-one. Fafita rolled out. T-Mac kept going with the route. That is going to be hard to stop. Hard to stop for Kansas State. First and 10. Conley taking it wide. Gets about 3 or 4 yards. Second and 6. Second and 5. Handoff. Oh, I think he's down at the half a yard line. The ball, I don't think the ball crossed the plane. It was in his right hand. Down. I think he's just short. UNLV quarterback makes a play or miss at the line of scrimmage. Big play. Holy smokes. Oh.
Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown!
Touchdown, Conley. Now, this is Eric Ruby. Yeah, I do know that YouTube TV has multi-screen, both games one screen, and maybe next year I will get it. There are reasons why I can't go down that route right now. Me and the producer of this show, the little general, the one who rules with an iron fist, the moderator, the wife, yeah, maybe we'll have that discussion for next year. But right now, we got to go with Comcast because of reasons, more than one. Thank you for the suggestion, Eric Ruby. Thank you for the super chat. And Eric, you got a big game this Saturday. Big game. TCU, UCF. Eric Ruby, put down the score. Put down your prediction, the score that you believe, right there in the chat. Don't be afraid to be a legend. Yeah, but Comcast has stuff that again, if I was a single man, but I haven't been for 22 years, right now it's not possible. Let's put it that way. But I do understand. I do understand it. NBM, Fafita is a top 3 Big 12 quarterback. Look, we have a lot of Kansas State fans in the PATC community. That Tulane game, I mean, Kansas State won that game. It could have went either way. They were on the road playing against a good Tulane team. But the way that Kansas State's defense performed, excuse me, I got a powerful cough drop in my mouth. I do apologize if it makes this a little bit uncomfortable listening to me right now. I'll get done with it soon. But that way that Kansas State's defense performed, I mean, Arizona's going to score points against you. It doesn't mean you got a bad defense. But what we can't see is Kansas State's defense totally collapsing. All right, now give that ball to Giddens here. DJ Giddens. Nope, Johnson's going to keep it. He gets a bunch of yards. Ricky Tungate. Interesting.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
First of all, Ricky, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your incredible generosity once again. I appreciate it. Helping us keep the lights on here. Appreciate it so much. Indiana 38. UCLA 35. Go Hoosiers. Avery Johnson back to pass. Complete. To Johnson. 17-6. UNLV's got the ball. Down 11. The quarterback just gets rid of it. Gets absolutely drilled. Now I know, I think you would agree with me, Ricky, that the Hoosiers 4th and 1, and he got stacked. He got stacked. Hold on. Kansas State was going for it on 4th and 1. First down. He got it. I think we both can agree that the Hoosiers, Cignetti, first year. Oh my gosh. Now that was incomplete by Avery Johnson, but that was a great throw. Man, that kid's an athlete. We can agree that the Hoosiers' strength is the offensive side of the ball versus the defense. I think. Let me know if I'm wrong, Ricky. But even I don't think the Bruins can score 35 points. It might be a close game. I don't see UCLA scoring 35 points right now in any game against the Hoosiers. Look at him go! Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Man, that guy's an athlete. Holy smokes. I mean, I don't even think the fat guy from Minnesota can track him down. What do you guys think? Oh, jeez. Anyways, good throw. Good throw by Johnson. Heavily covered. Kansas State second in, 2-3? So yeah, Ricky, I appreciate the super chat. I don't think UCLA is going to get 35 on you, but we're going to find out big first. Now that is a Big Ten conference game. The first one for UCLA. We'll see how the Hoosiers introduce the Bruins. The Big Ten football overthrown by Avery Johnson. Wide receiver had him beat. He was wide open. We are talking about IU. They'll make it interesting. True enough. True enough. Looks like Avery Johnson lost his chain there. Lost his chain. Tracy FSU, you are late. Good evening. Good evening, Tracy. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate it. Okay, now that was another. All right. We're seeing everything out of Avery Johnson on this first drive. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the great. That should have been a completion. Some of these throws get away from Mr. Johnson. But some of these throws are unbelievable. And that run that he had, he's given us everything on this first drive. Oh! Big run down to the 14-yard line. Holy smokes. I got to change something here. Hold on. Hold on. DJ Giddens. I'm having problems with Forget it. Anyways, almost got first down. They're going to be third and short. MBM gifted 5 memberships. Holy smokes. Sergeant Pickles, Eagle Eye, Kenneth, Cougar Tail, and Clemson alumnus have all been gifted a membership. When you get a chance, please say thank you to the incredible generosity of Mr. MBM. Pickles, Eagle Eye, Kenneth, Cougar Tail, and Clemson alumnus, you all are hereby knighted, cloak, and dagger, and Kansas State gets the first down. You are all by knighted, cloak, and dagger. Thank you so much, MBM. And for the 5 who are gifted a membership, you can go to our YouTube channel. You can go watch our early peak Cloak and Dagger members only episode. We dropped one early in the week that gave everybody a peek about what was possibly going to happen in the Pac-2 along with our live shows. We're going to be dropping, we talked about North Carolina earlier tonight. Touchdown, Kansas State. We are going to be touchdown.
Touchdown! Touchdown!
Touchdown, UNLV.
Touchdown!
The Running Rebels.
Touchdown! Touchdown!
We're going to be dropping more of the North Carolina situation in the next early peak Cloak and Dagger episode. And I am going to make a guess that it's going to be Sunday morning. Sunday morning coming down. Johnny Cash. So if you are a member, and there's a lot of members in the chat room right now, keep your head on a swivel Sunday morning or late Saturday night, whenever I release it. Always got to keep your head on a swivel. We're going to be bringing an members episode only show on North Carolina. So anyways, thank you, MBM, for your incredible generosity. I'm going to change the scoreboard. Cyclone throwing an elbow at Jalen Daniels. Cyclone throwing an elbow at Rock Chalk Jayhawk. AMAC. Daniels is an interception machine. He threw a couple against Illinois. The second one really cost him the game. Thank you, MBM. Appreciate it, my man. Your incredible generosity to our program, giving gift memberships. The people, it's unbelievable. Thank you, sir. Eric Ruby. This is his prediction. UCF 42. TCU 24. UCF running backs keep TCU on the sideline. I don't like to do this, Eric Ruby. I do not like to do this, especially when you are generous enough to give this channel another super chat. But I agree with you. I don't like to agree because agreeing makes for a dull conversation. I like to disagree with Eric Ruby. I like to disagree with the UCF Knights, but I don't. And I've said this before about Gus Malzahn's team. That running back. It's a grown man's team. And I don't even know how to explain it. They're not your Scott Frost UCF team. They're a little different. Anyways, 42-24. Again, if Numbskull News is watching this, he's going to come at us here in the chat room in about 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. He's Mr. Horned Frog. He's probably got a different prediction. Okay, what is the score here? What's going on? What's going on? I'm way behind. Way behind. Arizona running it back. 7-7. And the game has gone about what we expected. It's going to be high scoring. Fafita went down with incredible efficiency. T-Mac made a couple big plays. Quality Conley, couple big runs, scored a touchdown. And then Avery Johnson with DJ Giddens at the end. Avery Johnson, we saw every aspect of Avery Johnson on that drive. This is a fascinating game. Really it is. Really. Okay, what's the score here? What do we got? UNLV 13. I'm sorry, he threw 3 interceptions. My bad. 13. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. $13. 7-7. 17-13. The Running Rebels. Daniel, 7 of 12. 100 yards passing, 51 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Yes, go Hoosiers, we should win. Daniel Montcastle, Mr. Hoosier, PATC, Mr. Hoosier. We got a handful of Hoosier fans that join us once in a while, but Daniel Montcastle is the OG, the original, without a question. I think Daniel Montcastle is feeling pretty good about what's going on in Hoosierland. Or maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Let me know, Daniel, what you're thinking here for Indiana. K-Do, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, K-Do, Kansas gets the ball after half. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. Making sure I haven't missed anything. Yes, I did see first down run by Arizona, Conley. I did see this. UNC Chancellor Lee Roberts and North Carolina State Chancellor Randy Woodson were both at a 10 a.m. public meeting. I don't really I'm not, great reporting by Brian Murphy, but Fafita back to pass, complete to T-Mac, trying to make a guy miss. It's going to be third and about 4 or 5. Again, I don't really take in much stock in the fact that Lee Roberts and Randy Woodson have been in meetings together. Of course, they're going to be in meetings together at the Board of Governors and the ACC meetings. And but I appreciate it. Our information that they are not adversaries during this heavy drama that's going on in the AC. Even though North Carolina did not vote to expand the conference to bring in 3 more members, and North Carolina State did, even though North Carolina did not vote yes or give an affirmative response to Jim Phillips to go ahead and sue Clemson and Florida State, and North Carolina State did give an affirmative or a positive response to the ACC commissioner and going ahead and suing Clemson and Florida State, even though North Carolina and North Carolina State have been on, kind of different sides of the fence on that. Even though North Carolina is the highest targeted school in the ACC, in North Carolina State, let's be honest, great school, really good athletic department, big fan base, growing population. Their value is probably higher than a lot of people would assume, but they're not the top 4, maybe not even the top 5, but yet all these differences, and we've got information that I cannot possibly say right now, but they are not Woodson. This is not a UCLA, California, Berkeley situation. This is not a Nevada, UNLV situation. This is a different situation. Take it however you want to take it. Devin Neal should go for $250. Any less, and KU offensive coordinator should be sued for breach of contract. Holy smokes. Second quarter, 1st and 10, Arizona. Fafita shotgun, empty backfield. Now, way off. Fafita to T-Mac. I think they're on different pages on that. UNLV trying to get that PAC invite. Arkansas Razorback Jamie Thornton is in the house. Hi, guys. Hope everyone's okay tonight. Hi, Greg. Thank you for coming on in, Jamie. Appreciate it. Infamous front runner. Kansas defense will make the adjustments. Arizona does have to punt the ball. The punt return is on. 40, 45, 50, 40, 35, 30. Touchdown!
Touchdown!
Dylan Edwards!
Touchdown!
Dylan Edwards! Dylan Edwards! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Push in the back? Was that a little push in the back? That might have been a little push in the back. And that's the reason why I took Kansas State to win the Big 12. The acquisition in the transfer portal of Mr. Dylan Edwards for the Kansas State. Holy smokes. Special teams. Wow. Deion Sanders. You should not have lost Dylan Edwards. You should have made it a priority. Dylan, we're going to give you the ball. But you know what Dylan said? I'm going to go play in front of a better offensive line, have a chance to go to the Big 12 championship, more exposure. I know I'm going to be not the RB1, but I'm going to be used as a hot route receiver coming out of the backfield, some real routes thrown to me, crossing patterns, and of course, the special teams. Wow. What a play. Good, no call for the ref. And there's Dion with the KFC commercial. Untouched returns are the best. Greg the Cooler strikes again. Keep chopping is a believer. It will be cool to see the Hoosiers, Indiana Rutgers, ranked at the same time. Well, you know, Tracy FSU, I might have the list of the commercials going to be played. No, I don't. No, I don't. Dylan Edwards wanted to come home to the home state of Kansas. Stormy cyclone. Man, this is going to be this exciting game. This game, Kansas, just tighten it up. No turnovers in the second half, and you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. So at the halftime of the Kansas State Arizona game, I'm going to be taking a 5 to 7 minute break. And when I come back, I'm going to take your phone calls. That's at halftime. So please stay with us through halftime and into the second half if you can. At halftime, I'm going to be taking your phone calls after a small break. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on your notifications. We can come on live at any time. Smash the like button if you are enjoying our content. Oh! McMillan! The best college football wide receiver in the country. Possibly. I know the Buckeyes have that true freshman, but I'm telling you, T-Mac is proven. What a play. Smash the like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Word of mouth, best advertising if you want to support this college football Rebel Outpost channel with a donation. Incomplete. With a donation, please hit the $ where you make a comment, and I'll get to you super chat as quick as I possibly can. I'm very humbled. Penalty on Arizona. I'm very humbled that you would want to join us here at Peek Around the Corner double watch party on a Friday evening, September 13th. We're going to be doing another watch party tomorrow, noon Eastern, Alabama, Wisconsin, and I can't quite figure out what's going to be our other game. I'm going to try to do a double watch party. Then I'm going to be coming on later on Saturday night, late Saturday night, for a post-game live show. Going to open up the phone lines. We're going to be talking about all the drama that has happened on this Saturday, September 14th. So please join us. I can't tell you again. Fafita, the T-Mac, first down, Arizona. Holy smokes. So anyways, I hope you join us throughout the day Saturday, and I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. We're doing a double watch party. We're doing the best we can. We gave out some Cloak and Dagger information early in the show. So if you missed it, go back later on tonight, tomorrow morning, and go watch the start of this show. First down and 10. Holy smokes. Oh! Quality. Spin move. But he couldn't quite stand up. Arizona is moving the ball. The superstar is on this field. Expedition Greg, Mr. Buckeye, is in the house. A gifted membership. Holy smokes. Thank you once again for your many donations. Many gift memberships, Expedition Greg, over the year. Thank you. Sandman32 was gifted a membership. Play action. Go deep! Picked off! Intercepted by Kansas State. He's running it back. Down to the 23-yard line. A little late. A little short by Fafita. Big interception by Kansas State. Big interception. Holy smokes. Anyways, Expedition Greg, thank you for your gifted membership. Sandman32, when you get an opportunity, please say thank you to Expedition Greg. Both of you are officially knighted Cloak and Dagger. Sandman32, when you get a chance, go to our YouTube channel and check out the early P Cloak and Dagger membership only episodes. We also have episodes that go on periodically during the week, monthly, that is open to everybody, talking about everything in college football. Thank you, Expedition Greg. Wow. I just parked Daniel Montcastle. So the wife of 28 years loves Greg and the little general, but sports isn't her jam. But you know what her jam is? Mr. Hoosier, her jam is her husband and her kids. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Hoosier. Fafita had him wide open early, but it got there a little late. MBM is saying, look, Fafita ain't going to make that mistake again. Jalen Daniels hands it off. Devin Neal gets about 4 yards. Again, when I talk about UNLV in Kansas, I'm going to be behind you guys. It's just the way it is. David Griffin. Great makeup speed by the Kansas State defensive back. 2nd and 6, Kansas. Devin Neal again. It's going to be a 3rd and 4. Kind of a big play here. 3rd and 4. Kansas first drive of the second half. They ended on a bad note at the end of the first half. You don't want to go 3 and out here. You do not want to go 3 and out. Shotgun Daniels the pass. Wide open, but he overthrew him. Wide open. Wide open. And Daniels overthrew him. Luke Grimm. Is that Dylan Edwards again? Dylan Edwards! Holy smokes! It ain't fair. Giddens and Edwards, it ain't fair. And then you gotta keep your eye on Avery Johnson. The speed, the elusivity, the power, the grace coming out of Kansas State's backfield. It ain't fair. But then you got an incomplete pass, quarterback and wide receiver on different page. Thank you, Greg, Larry the GM. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. I haven't really done anything very good lately, to be honest with you, Larry the GM, except for maybe I went against your Longhorns. Not really, but it's going to be 3rd and long for Kansas State. We'll see how Avery Johnson does here. Thank you, Kerry Gold-Nose Gracious. Thank you for the super chat, for your generosity. Love your passion, Greg. Thank you, Mr. Seminole. Florida State versus Memphis, coming off their bye week. I don't know if Kerry Gold-Nose is going to be happy with me on that game because well, maybe he is. I predicted Memphis, the cover, because of all that senior leadership they got. I think they're going to be ready. That's a completed pass. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Yeah, I picked Memphis, baby. I picked Memphis to cover. Jamie Thornton is not happy. Memphis is their second team. Oh, you're welcome, Larry the GM. You're absolutely welcome. Thank you so much, Kerry Gold-Nose. Thank you so much for your generosity, helping us keep the lights on. And you are welcome, Larry the GM. Excuse me. Kerry Gold-Nose, my expectations for Florida State is very low this year. Jamie Thornton, I have the Tigers winning that game. Memphis Tigers, and Greg picked them. I'm in trouble now. Oh my God. Expedition Greg, tomorrow will be interesting. Greg rooting for those evil Badgers, despite the fact that he's a diehard Minnesota fan. I'm not rooting for Wisconsin tomorrow. There's no way on God's green earth am I rooting Johnson not going anywhere. Going to be 3rd and long at the 35-yard line. UNLV is going to have to punt the ball. And Kansas State is 3rd and long. 17-13. 14-7. I'm going to be rooting for Alabama. I've got Alabama on my picks. I'm going to go ahead and give the 16.5 points, whatever it is. Bama is going to roll over the evil Badgers. Tyler Van Dyke is going to struggle. Malusi's not going to get any room. And the Bama is going to run that ball. Run that ball in the middle of Madison, Wisconsin. The fat guy from Minnesota is not going to be cheering, rooting on, clapping for the evil Badgers. I respect them. Respect the program. Respect Luke Fickell. I respect the hell out of the Badgers fan base. They are crazy. They are large. They are great. They know their football. No good. No good. It stays 14-7. But tomorrow, this is a Bama studio. A Bama studio. Daniel Montcastle. I always support the Big Ten team against out-of-conference teams. I root for Indiana teams against any other out-of-state schools except for Notre Dame and Purdue. Tony, roll tide. Last time Indiana was in the Rose Bowl, Daniel Montcastle, was 1967. They won the Big Ten and played the USC Trojans. Illini Ted. Sorry, Greg, but I got to root for Wisconsin against Bama. Well, you know, Illini Ted, you fighting Illinis are always just a little, you always have to be just a little bit different, don't you? Don't you? You always got to be a little bit nicer to your fellow Big Ten mates. Not this guy. Not this guy. Helmer Henderson. Is this true neutrality, or maybe state of North Carolina just trying to get the best deal from the SEC for its schools? Will Minnesota get back the Little Brown Jug? Is this true neutrality, or maybe state of North Carolina? At the end of the rainbow, at the end of all this, Mr. Henderson, it might be the case where, SEC is the best deal. It happens. North Carolina, maybe North Carolina State joins them, whatever. But I think there's a real openness, a real interest of North Carolina becoming a member of the Big Ten. And that is why, starting last night, for the first time in over a year, well over a year, there is no lean with North Carolina. Because we know the Big Ten is going to pursue it. The SEC is going to pursue it. And we know Lee Roberts picked up UNLV down to the 3-yard line. Another interception by Jalen Daniels. Another one. Holy smokes. Fafita, he's scrambling all over the place. Throws it out of bounds. Wow. So yeah, I think there's an openness. I think no lean, no nothing. No, I think they're just, I'm going to leave it at that. Will Minnesota get back the Little Brown Jug? Well, my heart says yes and my mind says no. And I'm not really, Minnesota might have the best quarterback in that game. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Keep watching. Keep watching. Brosmere. We'll see how he does against Iowa the week before they go to Michigan. But my brain says that the Michigan's defense, that interior, that speed is going to wreck my Gophers offensive line. There's something wrong with the Gophers offensive line. And I'm surprised. I'm disappointed. I'm extremely disappointed. Even when they beat Rhode Island 48-0 last week, there's something wrong. And I don't know what it is. And it shouldn't be happening. It happened against North Carolina. There's something wrong. I got to see something in that Iowa game. We got our beast back. We got our running back back. Michigan's going to say hello to him. Darius Taylor, he's a beast. He's going to be playing in the big house in Ann Arbor. But I think Michigan's going to eventually destroy our offensive line, and Michigan's going to win by like 12, 13 points. That's my prediction right now. But again, we'll see what happens with Michigan and Minnesota in the next couple of weeks. That would be a big completion. It's going to be about second down and about 8 for Arizona. It's 3rd and goal for UNLV. They really got to punch this in. That's a very good point, Jamie. That is a point for SEC. UNC has to travel to California, but again, North Carolina did not vote for that expansion to be Dan Montecastle. I think the Big Ten could stay at 20 until Notre Dame is ready, and they could maintain 21 forever, a la Penn State. I agree with Mr. Hoosier. UNLV, 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. They're running Rebels. Back to pass. Throws it. Nah, not even close. Kick the field goal. Kick the field goal. Get within 1. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. You got to kick the field goal. Disappointing. Off an interception, UNLV could not punch it in. T-Mac, Medea, Hernandez, Garcia, Flugar. The moderator. The one who rules with an iron fist says, "Hola, amigos." 2nd and 9. Fafita, shotgun. Back to pass. Rolling out, man. He's not throwing. Okay, hold on. Timeout. Fafita isn't, he's not, he's not pulling the trigger. I mean, it's like he has to scramble around. Back to pass. Pull it, young man. There it is. Pass complete. 1st down. There we go. In rhythm. Ryan Willie, the evil Badger. Win or lose, I'll be a drunk Badger. I'll be a drunk, evil Badger. Fafita got put down hard. He got hit, pushed down on the shoulder. Shotgun, single back. Man in motion. Hand out to Quality Conley. Oh, makes a move! 1st down. Arizona. That little move. Oh, it's a flag. Holding. Ryan Willie, win or lose, I'll be a drunk, evil Badger. I have a DD except for my power chair. Thanks for rooting against Wisconsin. Now they have a chance to win. You are correct. You are correct. If I was smart, Ryan, and I'm not, if I was smart, I'd be rooting against, I would be rooting for the Badgers. I would have picked the Badgers to cover. Fafita scrambling out of the pocket. Gets some of that 1st and 20 back. We got another flag. Another flag. Thank you, Ryan Willie. I appreciate your incredible generosity to this channel. Thank you so very much. Greg is going to play the Mexican dinner song at half. It's the mariachi, and we play it in the middle of the third quarter. If we have a competitive and good game, which we do, and which we're going to have, so the mariachi is coming out the middle of the third quarter of the Arizona-Kansas State football game. Fafita back to pass. Caught. Makes a move. It was 1st and 30. They got some of the yards back. Thank you, Kerry Gold Nose, for your super chat. Appreciate it. Moen Vision comes in and throws an elbow. Greg the Gold is Greg the Cold. A real chiller, if you will. I was 6-6 last week. I went 1-9, 6-6. In this week, I'm going 10-2. Moen Vision, sometimes greatness. It's a screen pass. Oh, he broke the tackle. Down to the 46-yard line. It's a manageable 3rd down for Arizona. Moen Vision, sometimes greatness does not appear right away. Sometimes it comes out of despair. Sometimes you need a minor setback for a major comeback. This week is the time. This week, you are calling me Greg the Cold. Next week, you're going to be calling me Greg the Gold. I don't see a loss anywhere. Thank you, Moen Vision, for your generosity. I appreciate it. But again, this week you are witnessing greatness. Mireya Hernandez Garcia Flugard, thank for everyone for your support. Yes, I do appreciate it. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you for coming on in. Daniel, he thinks I need an intervention. Montcasso is asking for an intervention. Wait, what 2 games are you losing, Greg? That's a good question. That's a good question. Kansas is sitting there 3rd and 21. The Jayhawks up by 1 against UNLV. If UNLV wins this game, you can put them up just below Northern Illinois, possibly just below the Mountain West Conference rival Boise State as the favorite to get into the college football playoffs. This is a big moment for the Running Rebels of UNLV. Big moment. Big moment. Greg's so cold he melts liquid nitrogen. Holy smokes. Greg is on a winning streak. You got that right. You got that right. Helmer Henderson. You picked Washington. Your pick, Washington, Washington State, covering the game here. Washington. They're gonna slow down Mateer. Washington. I think that was the easiest game of the week, to be honest. Maria, you do not have to say hello to Moen. 4th and 11. Arizona's got to punt the ball. You do not have to say hello to Moen. Moen is throwing elbows to your husband in the chat room. He doesn't believe greatness is appearing this week. That's right. Doug Steinhauser, are you still picking Oregon over Ohio State? Let's be clear. I'm taking the Buckeyes over the Ducks in the regular season. I'm taking the Buckeyes over the Ducks in the Big Ten championship game. I am picking the Ducks over the Buckeyes in the college football playoff semifinals. And I've got Oregon losing to the Georgia Bulldogs in the championship game. Arizona 4th and 16. Forty-seven-yard line. Jamie makes a very good point. The Buckeyes escape having the mighty Golden Gophers on their schedule. Greg is drinking the haterade. We'll see. You know what? We'll talk about Oregon after they play Oregon State. That's going to reveal a lot of things. That is going to reveal a lot of information. First down and 10, Kansas State. Again, at halftime. Halftime of the Arizona-Kansas State game, I'm going to be taking a 5 to 7 minute break. When I come back, I'm going to open up the phone lines. Complete. Big tight end. 33-yard line. Kansas State's going to try to add to their lead of 7. A lot of elbows being thrown in the chat room. MBM, Oregon just hasn't been exposed yet. Daniel Montcastle, Oregon is already blaming the travel extremes for the issues. Lee, Oregon has to do something about that old line. Wow. The PATC community is going hard at the Oregon Ducks. Notre Dame, Ryan Willie, thank you for the super chat. Notre Dame will miss the playoffs with an upset by Purdue. The Spoilermakers do it again, according to the Evil Badger. Oh my God! I think Notre Dame should sit Riley Leonard. That injured labrum, non-throwing shoulder. He's not going to go run that ball like he should to be truly effective. For Riley Leonard's game, I think they should play Steven Angeli, the backup quarterback, or Menchie, the third-string quarterback, throw in C.J. Carr, their highly rated freshman quarterback, their fourth-string quarterback. Play all three of them and sit Riley Leonard. That's what I would do if I was Marcus Freeman. I'm not totally convinced Riley Leonard's going to play that game. We'll see. Thank you, Ryan Willie, for your generosity. I do appreciate it, sir. Again at halftime, I'm going to be taking a 5 to 7 minute break. UNLV's got the ball. They're down 1. Kansas, the Jayhawks, they are feeling a little anxiety.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy.
Rock,
And
chalk,
silently, it could build and build
Jayhawks
until you finally see.
in a
Whoa.
battle.
It's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, look.
Rock and rant. Greg, here is a thought. If Oregon doesn't impress against Oregon State, is it possible that Dan Lanning only did good because he has Mario players and now he's in decline while Mario was on? You would like to think that once you're rocking around. To me, that seems like a little... I think that's a little bit of a hurricane bias coming in on shore here in the studios. No. I think Dan Lanning is an excellent coach. I think he takes a few too many risks. And I think it's a moot point. I think the Ducks are going to roll in Corvallis. Avery Johnson, good throw. Good throw. Second and short. Kansas State trying to extend that lead before half. Sluka, UNLV's quarterback. The third best quarterback coming out of FCS last year. The Gophers got the top one, Max Brosmere. Remember. No, I think, no, Rockin' Rant, I don't believe that. I think Oregon is going to be just fine. Just fine. If they don't. No, I still don't believe it. I think Dan Lanning's a hell of a coach. And I think he's going to prove it. Even if they play bad against Oregon State. I think you guys are starting to undersell the Ducks just a little bit. Just a little bit. I took Oregon. Greg the Gold took Oregon tomorrow against the spread. Minus 16.5. I was happy, glad to give the 16.5 to the Beavers. To Oregon State, no problem. No problem. Yeah, I did not like that play, Jose. He takes a little bit too many risks. Second and short. Avery Johnson, helmet comes out. He's going to have to leave the field. Backup quarterbacks coming in on the second and short. Kansas has got the ball. 2nd and 9. 5 minutes and 50 to go in the third quarter. Daniels, option. He gets nailed. There is a flag on the field. And we're going to go ahead and play it. Because, again, per tradition, here at Peek Around the Corner, a competitive game in the middle of the third quarter, the mariachi music comes out, a flag on Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Man, they just can't get out of their own way. 17-16, UNLV looking for the upset. Competitive game. Kansas, UNLV. down Kansas State, but there's a flag on the field. Flag on the field. Hands to the face. Keep chopping. Keep chopping, says Illinois broke Kansas. Another false start on Kansas. Let me ask you a question. Let's take this a serious note. How much is the Jayhawks missing Andy Kotelnicki? How much is Kansas missing their offensive coordinator, Andy Kotelnicki? Kansas has got to punt the ball deep in their own territory. UNLV is going to get the ball in great field position. UNLV, the running Rebels, down 1. 17-16. 4 minutes ago. The Jayhawk fans are in shock. Thank you, Kerry Golden Nose. It's a beautiful song. Beautiful song. Kotelnicki is the real deal. Penn State currently 11 in explosiveness. Kansas State first and 10. Arizona 14-yard line. Avery Johnson out of the backfield. DJ Giddens almost caught the ball, then it was almost intercepted. Here comes UNLV back down to the 45-yard line. Holy smokes. Touchdown! No, I'm sorry, not a touchdown. Sorry, scratch that. Leipold hype is fading fast. Ooh, I don't know about that, Illini Ted. I don't know, he's had such great success for so many years. Sorry about that. I saw an instant replay and I thought it was live action. Avery Johnson rolling out. Avery Johnson rolling out again. Frank Tarkenton on the move. He's running it, got a few yards. It's going to be field goal situation for Kansas State. Oh, it's halftime. Avery Johnson ran out the clock.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on their fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest.
UNLV, Luke throws it. Oh, just incomplete on a 3rd and 10. Now what is UNLV going to do? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Anyways, it's halftime. I got to take a 5 to 7 minute break. Please stay with us. When I come back, we're going to open up the phone lines and we're going to watch the Kansas UNLV 3rd and 4th quarter. UNLV looks like they're going to have to punt the ball. They were not able to get a first down. They were not able to get in the field goal range. They were not able to attempt a field goal. They were not able to take the lead. But 17-16 Kansas. I will be back. Give me 5 to 7 minutes down at the 1 yard line. Rock Chalk Jayhawk is in a lot of trouble. There is heavy drama in Lawrence, Kansas. I will be back. All right? We got the phone lines open. Give us a call. Talk about either one of these games or anything else in college football your heart desire. We're going to have the phone lines open until the start of Kansas State in Arizona second half. 763-260-1333. Give us a call if you want. Fafita was hitting the crossing routes on their second drive. They need to get back to that. I'm assuming that Kansas State went into a zone to try to stop those crossing routes. That's usually the adjustment that is made. UAB at Arkansas. Woo Pig Suey. Keep chopping. I like Wally Conley. He's a great running back. Number 7. He's a pretty good weapon. Pretty good weapon. Big Ears Bo is in the house. There's been a lot closer than usual games this year. NIL has been really distributed talent all over college football. Big Ears Bo. Big Ears Bo. It's the night before the backyard brawl. Jalen Daniels running around. He gets some yards. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Interesting game. Pittsburgh, West Virginia. Desmond Reed, Yaheem White, C.J. Donaldson, Eli Holstein, Garrett Green. Can Garrett Green have a big game tomorrow? I don't know if I can do a hot call, Jamie. I don't know if my thick northern Minnesota accent can do a hot call, to be honest with you. Mireya Flugar, Jamie Thornton, it's always nice to see you. I'm sorry for what you're going through. We are here for you. Absolutely, Jamie. You can come in to PATC chat anytime you want. Big play by Kansas. Big first down. Down to the running Rebels, 25-yard line. Big Ears Bo. I don't trust Neil Brown. Greg, sorry, but I'm really worried. Illini Ted. Illinois looking for their first 3-0 start since 2011. Jamie thinks I would be great with the hot call. Thinking Maria. PATC community. Another Georgia player got arrested. Stormy says he was driving 106. So, Kansas State, Arizona. And I've mentioned this a couple times. Not impressed with Kansas State's defense against Tulane. Look, we need to see a big play from Kansas State's defense. Some sort of turnover. Something to turn the tide. This is a team game. It can't be all on Avery Johnson. It can't be all on DJ Giddens. It can't be all on Dylan Edwards. $14-7. Kansas State's up by 7, and I think they need a big play by their defense. Arizona, Fafita, man, he's running all over the place. Settle down. Things that got to be more in rhythm, more timing. Get rid of the ball. If you got to throw it away, you got to throw it away. But him, I don't know. He's something is not right. He's throwing the ball a lot. 20-16 Kansas. MBM, I always watch the Backyard Brawl, one of the better rivalries in college football, with the Holy War. Tracy, FSU, and Jamie are trying to figure out what should be the logos on the Georgia Bulldogs football field.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Helmer Hennessy, do you see problems getting a media deal? Pac-12? No, I don't. I do not see a problem. The reason why I don't see a problem is because they've done all these valuations. And they've done a lot of these valuations with Fox. I think the deal is going to be with Fox, possibly the CW, possibly TNT, possibly Paramount, CBS. But I think Fox is going to be the major driver. And I think ESPN might even get into it. To be honest, I do not see them. Now, how valuable is it going to be? Is it going to be $12 million per school, $10 million per school, $11 million per school on the media rights? $15 million, I do not know. But I think they've got a good sense of where they are, and if they can pluck this school and this school, then maybe it goes up a little bit. You know, if they can get a Memphis, if they can get a Tulane, if they don't, then they're going to have to go to the Texas two-step route, which we talked about earlier this week. I do not see them having a problem getting a media deal. Thank you, Helmer Hennessy, for the super chat. I also will say this, Mr. Hennessy. Washington State and Oregon State acquiesced. They're given the power, even though they're not voting members, they're given the power to Colorado State, Boise State, San Diego State, Fresno State to partake in not only in the decision-making process when it comes to deciding who is school 7, who is school 8, and when do you go to school 9 and school 10 and who they are, Not only are those 4 schools that I just mentioned part of the process to decide that, they're also going to be part of the process. They're going to have their votes to decide what exactly do they want and Teresa Gould want, the commissioner, when it comes to the media package. So I think they're going to have more than a few suitors. That's an interception, but it's out of bounds. 3rd and 9, UNLV. You are correct, Expedition Greg. Thank you so much, Helmer Hennessy, for your incredible generosity once again. Thank you, sir. Expedition Greg. ESPN, that they're missing that late night window. I agree with you, Jamie. I agree with you. They're going to review it. Lee, they're going to review it. Looked like he was out of bounds. What's going on? Not enough to overrule. I think he's still out, right? Or he's out. He's out. No good. No good. It's going to be 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. Sluka, shotgun. 25-yard line. Sluka, he's going to quarterback, sneak it, run it, design play, makes a move. Huge play down at the 47-yard line. UNLV 1st and 10. They're only down 4. 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Sluka 7 of 18. Back to pass. He's going to run it again. Oh, he did fumble it. Oh, picked up. Oh, no. Kansas had 35 times to pick it up. I can't believe what I just saw. 1, 2, 3, 4. UNLV gets the ball back. It's going to be 2nd and short. 2nd and short. Yes, I'm way behind. Way behind. That's okay. That's okay. Not a problem. 1st down, UNLV. Arizona State shotgun. Avery Johnson tries to roll out. He gets sacked. I'm way behind on the second game. Kansas UNLV. I'm pretty sure I'm basically with you guys on the Kansas State game. 1st and 10. Running Rebels. UNLV. 9 minutes to go. 9 minutes to go at the 39-yard line of Kansas. Avery Johnson, shotgun. Sluka, shotgun. 3rd and 15, Kansas State. Inside handoff, UNLV got nothing. Kansas State, nothing. Kansas State's going to have to punt the ball. 2 Arizona, up 14-7, second down Kansas. Double watch party, baby. Double watch party. Here we go. Here we go. Second and 10, UNLV. They've got trips left. Trips left. Trips left. And Sluka looks. He's running it again. First down, UNLV. Holy smokes. Again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Oh, turn on your notifications. Smash the like button if you like our content. Hand off UNLV. The running backs ain't getting much, but Sluka's running it 2nd and 8. Smash the like button if you like our content. If you want to help support this Rebel Outpost College Football YouTube channel with a donation, hit the $sign. We're going to make a comment, and I'll get to your super chat as quick as I possibly can. Thank you so much for joining us. Double watch party. Having fun once again here at Peek Around the Corner. Having a blast. Sluka. Play action. Got to get rid of it. He gets rid of it. There's a flag. Interference. Is it defense? Is it offense? Could go either way because I didn't see it. Arizona's got the ball, 2nd and 8. Arizona's got the ball, 2nd and 8. Shotgun. Fafita gets it out to the flat. Conley gets nothing. Ooh, that's going to be defensive pass interference. 11 is all over him. UNLV is driving. They have not been able to punch it in when they get to the red zone. They've got to punch it in now. Field goal doesn't do anything. We're 4 down territory. We got 2 backs in the running back. We're going to an option. Ooh, Sluka lost his footing. Sluka lost his footing. He's upset. They ran a different package against Kansas there. They had 2 backs out there. Fafita is just running around. Just running around out there. Tulane had no problem setting up, delivering the ball. Arizona can't do it. Not tonight. 2nd and 8. UNLV, Sluka. He's going to try to run it again. He gets some yardage. It's going to be 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4. Definitely in 4 down territory. You cannot kick this field goal. You cannot kick this field goal. 4 down territory. Arizona punts the ball to Kansas State. Kansas will start at the 32-yard line. 3rd and 3. Jayhawk fans making some noise. What are you going to call here? You going to roll out Sluka? Roll him out. Roll him out. They hand it off to the running back. He gets stepped. Ooh. That's a 1st down? Is that a 1st down? I think that's a 1st down. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. No, it's not. My bad. My bad. It's a half a yard off. 4th and short. 4th and 1. You got to go for it. Somebody call a timeout. Did Kansas call a timeout? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, they're measuring it. They're measuring it. They're measuring it. He's a half a yard short. No, less than that. Ooh, look. Quarterback sneak it. Push it in. Quarterback, no false start. No illegal formation. No pre-snap penalty. Come on, Oldham. Sluka, quarterback sneak. Quarterback sneak. UNLV trying to upset Kansas in Lawrence. 4th and 1. You got to push Sluka. Those running backs, push Sluka. Push out! He got it. Second effort. He got it. He got it. Second effort. Helmer Henderson. Watch Farmageddon for the first time last year. Football and snow. Great combination. Hope for a repeat. Thank you, Helmer. What is the flag? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so very much for your incredible generosity. I think he got it with that second effort. I don't think there's any doubt that they moved the ball about 3 inches. Unless they blew the whistle early. Kansas State 1st and 10. Avery Johnson with a beautiful run. My goodness, is that guy an athlete? First down, UNLV. The mark could have went either way, but this time it went running Rebels. They're probably going to review it. I don't know how you're going to change it. Flag. First down, UNLV, personal foul. What's the personal foul on? First and goal, 16-yard line. Sluka gets some yards back. Second and goal. UNLV got to find a way to punch it in. And you might have to throw it in. Sluka's yelling at the ref. 4:41 to go. I don't know what the personal foul was on. Maybe throwing that guy to the ground. I'm not sure. Second and goal. Why is it second and goal? Why isn't it, if you're moving them back after the penalty, why isn't it 1st and 10 at the 15? Why was it 1st and goal? I don't know. Okay, whatever. Second and goal. Dead ball foul. Got it. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jamie. 3rd and 12. Kansas State up 14-7. 25-yard line. These offenses can't get it going in the third quarter. But that'll be more high-scoring game than this. We'll see what happens here. Back to pass. Avery's doing a rollout. What a throw. What a throw. Kansas State. 45, 40, 35, 30, 26. First down, Kansas State. UNLV, second and goal. 8-yard line. Field goal does nothing. Field goal does nothing. Okay, Third and goal at the 3. 3 yards to the touchdown. Field goal does nothing. Will UNLV put the ball in the air? Are they going to shock the Jayhawks by putting the ball in the air? There's a flag on the field. Kansas State and Arizona. UNLV, no, they're going to run it again. There's nothing. 4th and goal. 4th and goal. Looks like a face mask on Arizona. Kansas State is driving. You're going to have to throw the ball. It's going to have to be a rollout, option run, but throw it. You got to throw a touchdown. It's got to go in the air. You got to make the play. This is it, UNLV. You got to make the play. Down 20, 2nd and goal. So it was a first down. Okay. Touchdown! Kansas State!
Touchdown! Touchdown!
Okay.
Touchdown!
Wow. Mass confusion. Okay, 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. At the 12. Got to throw it. Throw it! Now. Holy smokes! He got it down to the 1 yard line. Saluka! Okay. All right. Now you keep it in Saluka's hands. 4th and 1. Keep it in his hands. Whatever. If they stop him, they stop him. How many timeouts does UNLV have? I mean, if they don't get it, do they have a chance to stop Kansas at the 1? Saluka given 100%. Oh my God, the UNLV quarterback. You can't. I don't know if he's awesome because, but he's playing his heart out. Has done it all for UNLV. He's literally doing everything himself there. Kansas, they can tackle the running backs. They can't tackle Saluka. Saluka is a fighter. PJ loves this UNLV offensive style. Arizona is such a fraud. They aren't challenging for anything. Kurtz is celebrating somewhere. Yeah, Dylan Edwards is fast. No question about it. Well, I mean, what do you call? What play call? I don't know if the quarterback push tush is going to work. Do you line up Saluka, shotgun, and then just hopefully he picks the right gap? If I was the coach, Barry Oldham when my guys went back on the football field, I'd be telling the referee, no quick whistle. No quick whistle. Let this play out here. Don't give me a quick whistle, because there's going to be some pushing and some shoving. UNLV down 20-16. 4th and goal at the 1 yard line. Lining up. Saluka, number 3, transfer, FCS. No real luck running the ball with the running backs. Can Kansas Jayhawk make the stop? Their defense has got to be a little tired. UNLV has 3 timeouts. If the running Rebels get stopped, they still have 3 timeouts. They can get the ball back. Here it is. Shotgun. The running backs. He got in. He got in. Touchdown! Touchdown!
Touchdown! Touchdown!
Of course they're going to review it, but it's so hard to see. Yeah, he got in. He barely got in. He barely got in. 3rd down and goal. Third down for Arizona. He barely got in. Holy smokes. Saluka the GOAT, touchdown. Mac, dang it. Kansas State's taking over. Jamie, what a game if Kansas had a quarterback. This has been their best quarterback for years, but he has not played good. Jalen Daniels has had a very difficult 2 weeks. Fafita. Hey, that worked. 1st down, Arizona. His knees are still off the ground. His knees are still off the ground. Don't know what you're looking at. He missed 9 games last year. That's correct. His knees are still off the ground. Quala Conley stopped. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Yeah, his knees were not on the ground. Or at least, there's no way they could overturn it. Hey, wait a second. Okay, hold on. Fafita, you can't go back 100 yards. (23-20) UNLV. Fafita, I know you're short. I know you have trouble seeing over the line, but you're going back like 30 yards. You have to throw 35 yards to have a 5-yard pass downfield. Fafita's taking off the other way. Stay somewhat in the pocket. There you go. Roll. Jeez. Look, you can't win this way. Kansas State is taking over. An exciting football player. No Fafita, but he's limited. And we're seeing it right now. I got a feeling that Tulane is going to have a very good season in football. Because Tulane looked very good against Kansas State. Keep an eye on Tulane for the rest of the AAC season. That is my feelings on it, guys. I got a feeling. Tulane is definitely not out of the conversation for the AAC championship and to get into the playoffs. Tyler Brown, don't curse Tulane. I want them to win. Well, look. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. That offense looked real good against Kansas State. And I got Kansas State winning the Big 12. Kansas. First down and 10, 23-20 UNLV. Jalen Daniels scrambling. Whoa, bad throw. Real bad throw. Holy smokes. Second and 10. Oh, jeez. Third and two. He almost lost the ball. The defender almost slapped that ball away. A minute and 32 to go. Third and 2. Jalen Daniels trying to march Kansas back. Kansas football program finally comes out of the ashes. Great seasons, but they lose Andy Koltonicki, the offensive coordinator, goes to Penn State. Kansas Jayhawk fans are determined that Kansas battles for the Big 12 championship. But this is a non-conference game at home against UNLV, a game they're expected to win pretty easily, even though UNLV's got a pretty good program going on. Can Jalen Daniels bring the Jayhawks back the victory and finally get going in the Big 12. They lost Illinois last week. If they lose this game, the questions are going to be asked. Kansas Jayhawks. It's time. 3rd and 2. A minute and 32 to go in the 4th quarter. Kansas has got the ball. 4 down territory. They're going to go for it on 4th down no matter what. Kansas State is trying to salt this game away, up 21-7. 2nd down. Whatever Arizona had planned on offense tonight did not work. You cannot, I get it. It's all part of Noah Fafita's game. He's got to run around. He's got to make plays with his legs. He's got to make non-traditional plays work. He's not a pocket passer. I know that. But you can't run back 25. Wow, another big play by Avery Johnson. The guy is running like Secretariat 1973. The Belmont. The Preakness. The Kentucky Derby. Holy smokes. Elbows are being thrown in the chat room between ACC and Big 12. Avery back the pass, screen pass, big tight end, 3 or 4 yards. Third and two. Daniel, shotgun. They called an audible. Trips left. He runs it. Ooh. He might have been a little short. He's a little short. It's going to be 4th down. Quarterback sneak it here. Get up under center. A flag on the field. What's the call, ref? What's the call? Oh, a chop block. Oh, no. On a 4th and a half a yard. A chop block. Oh, yeah, they had to call it. Oh, jeez. Kansas State is driving. 1st and goal. Ladies and gentlemen, they had to call that chop block. It was right in front of the ref. It was an immediate chop block. It was clear. I mean, jeez. 4th and 16. Daniels has to make the play. UNLV trying to get on the college football playoff map. People talking about the running Rebels. Right now is the time for UNLV to grab it. 2nd and goal, Kansas State. PATC, watch party, Kansas, UNLV. Touchdown, Kansas State. 4th and 16. Daniels back to pass. You got to throw it, son. Sacked! He ran right into him. No timeouts remaining. UNLV has won. They went into Lawrence, Kansas. Ladies and gentlemen, we are opening up the phone lines. The phone lines are open. 763-260-1333. Give us a call. What does this mean for Kansas? What does this mean for UNLV? Unbelievable. The Rebels have done it. UNLV goes 3-0, non-conference. This is a pretty big win for the Mountain West. So Boise State beats UNLV. It's going to help Boise State a little bit. Or maybe nobody is going to beat UNLV. Saluka played with a lot of heart. Give us a call. 763-260-1333. Kansas State is up 28-7. Right now, it's turning into a blowout. This is the game we're focusing on. Big upset. Big upset. UNLV 23-20. Give us a call. Give us a call. Daniels played another poor game. But is there something else going on? They lost Andy Koltonicki. It really hurt the program. 28-7. Kansas State. Give us a call. Let's take a look here. The next two games. UNLV. Next Saturday, at home against Fresno State. At home against Syracuse. UNLV is 2-0 against the Big 12. Remember that. UNLV is 2-0 against the Big 12. Then they play Utah State, Oregon State, Boise State at home. Road games, Utah State, at Hawaii, at home against San Diego. They've got their toughest games at home. The road schedule in the conference, at San Diego State, at Utah State. Wow. Their home schedule in the conference play. Now they got Oregon State. So they've got Oregon State left. They got Syracuse. UNLV has they've got a schedule that's going to be look. The Big 12 does not want UNLV to run the table and then have Kansas somehow figure it out and get on top of the Big 12. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, Kansas State, Utah, with Cameron Rising, these are the dominant teams in the Big 12. Or I still believe Iowa State's the third best team in the Big 12. But Kansas being the fourth best team, don't think so. Do not think so. Do not think so. Again, give us a call. 763-260-1333. Wow. Tulane has Oklahoma tomorrow. Kenneth Evans, don't know why they hired that bum Grimes. Never been impressed with Grimes' play calling. Stephen McNeely. Xavier Wolf, UNLV won't stop until they crown ultimate champions. Well, Barry Oldham has that UNLV program going to a different level even before the season started. Right? We talked about it last year. Big Ears Bowl says Kansas is done. T-Duck, Arizona looks lost. Right? Look, maybe Kansas State figured some things out, or maybe Tulane is maybe really good. They probably are, to be honest with you. Taytown Hawk, we will set the record for throwing pick six on wide receiver screens this season. Tough. I don't know if they're going to make a bowl. I don't know. They lost 2 non-conference games that they did not think they were going to lose. Is there a watch party tomorrow? Yes, we're going to be doing Wisconsin and Alabama and another game. Let's try to figure it out right now. I've tried to Alabama and Wisconsin. I'll probably do LSU in South Carolina. Double watch party, Alabama, Wisconsin, LSU, South Carolina. The noon Eastern games. Then throughout the afternoon, I won't be on the air from 3:30 Eastern time. But late Saturday night, I'm coming back on. We're going to be doing a post-game live show talking about everything that happened, going through all the power conferences, going through the top G5 schools that are looking to try to gain, that one spot that the G5 is going to get. Probably one spot that the G5 is going to get. So, and I think that LSU South Carolina game is going to get ugly too. So that's the 2 games. Maybe we'll take a look at the Oklahoma State game a little bit. But Kansas State and Arizona has gone completely pear-shaped. This was the game right here. UNLV, Kansas. Give us a call, 763-260-1333. You can talk about anything in college football. Ed Cook, Daniels is the problem. He only played 3 games last year. Bean was the key cog for Kansas, as well as the offensive coordinator. Ed Cook could be absolutely correct. could be absolutely correct. I feel you, man. Tay-Town Hawk, I get it. I need to soak my eyeballs in bleach. I'm too upset to talk. I feel you, man. College football is heartbreak city, especially this year.
Call from
Evil Badger.
Evil Badger is on the line. He's getting ready. He's getting ready to show the country what the Badgers... Ryan Riley, the Evil Badger, has already predicted a 31-28 score. Sir, the floor is yours.
Ew.
Thank you for calling, my man.
Thanks, Greg. So don't worry about always rooting against Wisconsin. I always root against Minnesota. But it might be with my heart, but I just got to pull for Wisconsin tomorrow against,
of course, man,
Alabama.
I get it, man. I get it. If I was you, I'd be doing the same thing. You get them up north. You got a shot. You got some big boys, man. Push Bama around, man. Push them around.
Next year when it's in Alabama, I wouldn't be saying that, but...
Yep. No, I feel you, man. You got to, look, and it's going to be a rowdy crowd. You know that. It's standing seat only. It's if the Badgers are in the game or they're winning the game by the end of the third quarter, and you do the jump around and you get into Alabama's heads. And the one thing about Bama, which they're doing a lot better this year at the beginning of the season than they did last year at the beginning of the season, Bama is running the ball really good. So Wisconsin, you got to be up there, man. You got to tackle. You got to stack the box. Let Jalen Milroe kill you downfield. If he hits the shot, he hits the shot. But you got to stack the box.
Well, he couldn't do that against Michigan last.
Good point. He was not able to do that against Michigan. So we'll see if he can do it against Wisconsin.
And I believe that the secondary of Wisconsin is better than Michigan, but we'll see
All right.
how that goes. But with my upset prediction of Purdue over Notre Dame,
yes,
if that happens, Notre Dame is done for the year. They won't make the playoff.
correct.
And because I don't think they'll beat USC either. I think Wisconsin has a better chance of being USC than Notre Dame.
Yeah. I think what Notre Dame fans are hoping for is somehow they figure it out, and then USC keeps winning, plays great, and so if Notre Dame can beat the Trojans at the end of the year, that could help propel like a 10-2 Notre Dame to still qualify for the playoffs. Even though they got a pretty weak schedule throughout, if they can beat a top-tier Big Ten USC team, that could help a Notre Dame, like a 10-2 Notre Dame, to get into the playoffs. That's what the Notre Dame fans are hoping for. I don't know if it's going to work out for them.
I don't think it's going to work because they got 5 weak ACC games.
Yep.
Plus, don't they have Stanford and USC this year?
I don't think so. Now, so after Purdue, they play Miami of Ohio. And Miami of Ohio was projected to be a better MAC team than Northern Illinois. So then they got Louisville. Yeah, you know what? You're correct. They play Stanford. Then Georgia Tech, Florida State, Virginia, Southern Cal. Yeah, it's going to be tough for Notre Dame.
Even if they do survive Purdue, I think it's going to be tough for Notre Dame to make the playoff.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate the call, sir.
All right. Thank you.
You got it.
All
Appreciate it, Ryan
Bye.
Willie. Long-time member of the program, the Evil Badger, a very generous member of the program. The Evil Badger, Ryan Willie, predicted Alabama to win. Now, look. My beloved Minnesota Golden Gophers play Nevada. They've lost 2 tough games. The gap between Minnesota and Nevada is smaller than the gap between Northern Illinois and Notre Dame when it comes to talent, production, right? So if Northern Illinois can beat Notre Dame, Nevada can beat Minnesota. Hopefully that's not what's going to happen. Avery Johnson runs for a first down. Kansas State has shown, as of right now, this point in the season, in this non-conference Big 12 game against 2 Big 12 schools, Kansas State is the better team than Arizona. I just hope that my Gophers, Max Brosmere, can still, keeps improving and get ready for Iowa, but they cannot overlook Nevada. Because we can lose to Nevada. No question about it. No question about it. Kansas State quarterback is fast. There's no way that Boston College beats Missouri on the road. Hold on. Avery Johnson's running all over the place. Avery Johnson is running all over the place. Holy smokes. We'll see what Missouri does against that running game. Missouri could not stop the run last year. Boston College can run it. They've got a 3-headed monster. They've got Kyle Robichaud. They've got Trayshawn Ward. And they got the true freshman, Turbo Richard. We'll see what happens. 16-point favorite Missouri. But Boston College, the Flying Eagles, are going to be on the ground tomorrow. Avery Johnson, 101 yards rushing. 153 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns. Kansas State has run for 215 yards. Arizona has run for 46. Not a competitive game. Okay, so we're going to close up the phone line, and ladies and gentlemen, this Kansas State game is over. We've been on the air for how long? 3 hours and 45 minutes. So I think we're going to say goodnight. We did a Kansas UNLV post game. I don't think we're going to do a post game on this. It's over. Kansas State's the much better team here in September. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. Again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and smash the like button before you leave. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate all the incredible donations that have been given to us tonight to help us, pay the bills and motivate us to keep going and building this community. Preston from Greensboro, Stormy Cyclone, Eric Ruby, Ricky Tungate, MBM, Expedition Greg, Kerry Golden Nose, Helmer Hennison, John Till, I didn't even see it. If ACC implodes and leftovers go Pac, are they P4? That's a great question, Don Till, and I do not have the answer. I do not know. It all depends on who goes where. Great question. Don't have the answer. Thank you for the super chat, John Till. Thank you to John Till, Ryan Willie, Kerry Golden Nose, and Moen Vision, and everybody else. Appreciate it. Appreciate the incredible comments in the chat. Tracy FSU, greatest show again. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you for your kindness, your generosity. Good luck tomorrow against Memphis. Interesting times down in Tallahassee. Summary, judgment, motion, filed. We're going to be covering that here at Peek Around the Corner. Thank you, Tracy FSU. Mrs. Seminole, thank you so very much. The Big Lubbock, keep chopping, AMAC. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Big Ears Bowl. Yes, I'm doing noon games tomorrow. Alabama, Wisconsin, South Carolina Gamecocks. Trying to pull that upset tomorrow against the LSU Tigers. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Until next time, from all of us at College Football's Peek Around the Corner, to all of you, please, 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 you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much. Big Ears Bowl. Keep up the great work, Greg. Thank you. I appreciate you coming on in, Mr. Mountaineer. Get ready. Backyard Brawl. Pittsburgh, West Virginia. It doesn't get any more heated than that. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks.